You're a man edging towards your 50s or beyond and find yourself waking up feeling drained, missing that morning spark, that get up and go you used to take for granted. Then I need to share something that might catch you off guard. It's not just getting older. Is your body waving a flag, signaling that your circulation might be slowing down, your nervous system is taking a breather, and your hormones might be playing hide and seek? Ignoring this isn't just about intimacy. It touches your heart health, your sleep quality, and that swagger you carry as a man. But here's a secret most doctors gloss over. The answer isn't in some magic pill. It's already in your own hands. I'm Dr. Anya Sharma. For almost 2 decades, I've been guiding folks, just like you, towards aging gracefully and feeling fantastic. Many felt their energy was a thing of the past, but with a few minutes each day, tapping into the power of pressure points right on their hands, they rediscovered that spark. What I'm about to share isn't some old wives' tale or hocus pocus. It's rooted in science, and it works. There are 3 specific spots on your hands that, when gently stimulated, can kickstart your circulation, boost that morning energy, and reignite the man you remember. In this video, I'll walk you through each of these pressure points, explain exactly how to use them, and give you a realistic timeline for when you can expect to see real results. And before we wrap up, I'll reveal the biggest mistake most men make, one that can totally sabotage their progress. Before we dive in, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another breakthrough in health and wellness designed with you in mind. And if this resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments below. If not, a 0 works too. Your feedback helps me tailor my content to better serve you. Let's start at the beginning, understanding why your hands, especially your palms, hold more power than you ever imagined. Because before we activate any pressure point, you need to understand exactly why this works. Why your hands aren't just tools, but gateways to restoring circulation, hormonal harmony, and the energy you've been missing every morning. 1. The power hidden in your hands. Over my years in practice, I've sat across from countless men, strong, accomplished men, who looked me straight in the eye and quietly confessed, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore." They weren't just talking about energy or drive. They were talking about that subtle loss of control, the kind that creeps in during those early morning hours when things just aren't firing on all cylinders. It starts subtly, then it becomes the new normal. But what if I told you that part of what's gone isn't actually lost at all? That is simply being quieted, and your hands might hold the secret to waking it back up. Both science and ancient wisdom point to the same overlooked truth. Your palms are more than just skin and bones. They're densely wired control panels, packed with over 17,000 nerve endings, each connected to your heart, blood vessels, and even your reproductive system. That's not just a theory, it's human anatomy. And yet, most men go their entire lives without ever activating these powerful circuits. What you do with your hands every day, the tension you hold, the stimulation you lack, directly impacts your overall circulation. When the nerves in your palms go silent, so does the flow to the places that matter most. But when you reawaken those nerves, you're reactivating a network that touches every aspect of your inner vitality. It's why ancient medicine used the hands to heal the heart, and why modern research shows that stimulating specific areas of the palm can lower blood pressure, calm the nervous system, and even improve blood vessel dilation. I've seen men feel a rush of warmth in their chest and pelvis just days after starting this practice, not because of some magical cure, but because they finally reconnected with the forgotten language of their own body. And now that you understand the potential hiding in your hands, it's time to uncover the first point, one that's not just physically powerful, but emotionally transformative. Let me show you the heart of the palm and how pressing it can bring back a part of yourself you thought was gone forever. 2. Point number 1. Lao Gong. The heart of the palm. When I first stumbled upon the power of the Lao Gong point, I admit, I was a bit skeptical. Like many in Western medicine, I was trained to look for solutions in tests, scans, and prescriptions, not in the soft center of a man's palm. But after years of truly listening to my patients, I began to see a pattern. The men who struggled with sleep, who felt constant tightness in their chest, who woke up without energy or that morning firmness, also carried an invisible weight in their hands, tension, stillness, disconnection. The Lao Gong point sits right in the center of your palm, just below the area between your index and middle fingers. In traditional medicine, it's known as the heart of the palm, and I found that to be incredibly accurate because when you press into this spot, slowly and intentionally, something begins to shift. You might not feel it instantly, but give it a few breaths, and a certain warmth starts to rise. It starts in the hand, but for many men, it travels to the chest, to the abdomen, even lower. This point directly communicates with your parasympathetic nervous system, the one that tells your body it's safe to relax, to recover, to allow blood to flow freely again. And for men in their 50s and beyond, that shift is everything. Lao Gong doesn't just stimulate tissue, it reminds your nervous system how to come home, how to break free from the stress cycle, how to release the tight grip you've unknowingly held for decades. I've even seen men burst into tears during this simple practice, not from pain, but from the release, the kind that doesn't just free up blood flow, but frees up something far deeper. And while Lao Gong is powerful on its own, its effects are amplified when paired with another point, one that holds the emotional pressure you've been storing without even realizing it. Let's go there next. It's smaller, harder to find, but it just might unlock everything. 3. Point number 2. Shao Fu, the emotional reset switch. There's one thing I've learned after nearly 2 decades of working with men: many of the blocks in our bodies start in the heart and stay in the mind. Not the physical heart, but the emotional one. And if you're a man over 50, chances are you've carried more than your fair share. The stress of providing, the weight of responsibility, the moments you never spoke of, but still remember. Over time, all that emotional tension doesn't just vanish. It hides in the body quietly, patiently, especially in the hands. That's where Shao Fu comes in. This point sits in the soft webbing between your pinky and ring finger. It's subtle, easy to overlook, but incredibly powerful. I call it the emotional reset switch because when you press it with intention, something begins to shift. The body starts to exhale. And for many men, it's the first real breath they've taken in years. You see, when we live in a constant state of stress, even if it's silent, even if we've become accustomed to it, our blood vessels stay constricted, our breathing becomes shallow, and the body shuts down anything not essential for survival. Unfortunately, that includes arousal, sleep, even digestion. But the moment you press Shao Fu, gently and steadily, you send a new message: you're safe now, you can let go. And with that release, circulation improves, anxiety softens, and the doors to rest and recovery begin to open again. I've had men tell me that this one point helped them sleep through the night for the first time in months. Others say it cleared a mental fog they didn't even realize they were living in. It's a reminder that healing doesn't always come from effort. Sometimes, it comes from release. But while emotional balance is key, there's one more pressure point most men overlook, yet it holds the key to your hormonal rhythm and early morning vitality. If you wake up feeling tired or flat, this next point could change everything. Let's talk about the sleep switch hidden at the base of your palm. 4. Point number 3. Pineal reflex zone. The sleep switch. If there's one complaint I hear more than any other from men over 50, it's this: I'm tired, doc, but I still can't sleep. And when I do, I wake up feeling drained. I understand that frustration completely. It's not just about missing sleep, it's about waking up without clarity, without energy, without that quiet confidence that used to carry you through the day, especially those early morning hours. A lot of that has to do with a tiny gland deep inside your brain, the pineal gland. It's responsible for producing melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. But as we age, stress, blue light exposure, blood sugar imbalances, and hormonal fluctuations all work against this delicate rhythm. What once came easily, deep, uninterrupted sleep, becomes fragmented, shallow, and less restorative. That's why this third point is so important. Located at the base of your palm, just above where the wrist begins, the pineal reflex zone acts like a bridge between your body and brain. By gently tapping this spot each night rhythmically and consistently, you can start sending signals through your nervous system that encourage melatonin release, support hormonal repair, and restore your natural circadian rhythm. This point doesn't just help you fall asleep, it helps you stay asleep and wake up feeling like your body actually did something useful during the night. Many of my patients are amazed at how quickly their energy bounces back when their sleep improves. And more than that, they notice something else. Their morning erections start to reappear, steady and natural, as if their body is remembering how to be itself again. 3 simple points, 3 minutes a day, and already we're seeing the lights turn back on. But if you want to maximize your results, if you want these effects to come faster, feel deeper, and last longer, there are a few simple habits that can amplify your progress overnight. Let's take this practice to the next level. 5. Booster habits that double your results. Over the years, I've come to a powerful realization. Sometimes, it's not the huge, sweeping changes that create transformation. It's the small, quiet rituals done with care. The truth is, activating these 3 pressure points alone can absolutely make a difference. But when you surround them with just a few supportive habits, the results start to move faster, deeper, and last much longer. Think of it like preparing the soil before planting a seed. You warm it, nourish it, and give it the right environment to thrive. The same is true for your body. So, before you begin your hand routine each night, take a few minutes to soak your hands in warm water. Not only does it relax the muscles and joints, but it also opens up the tiny blood vessels in your palms, making every press, every tap more effective. After drying your hands, consider adding a drop of citrus-scented lotion, like orange or lemon. These natural scents aren't just refreshing, they actually signal the brain to relax, helping your nervous system settle down for the night. It's a simple step, but one that deepens the impact of every touch. Then there's something I call the preparation snack. A small banana and a handful of walnuts about 30 minutes before bed. The banana delivers potassium and magnesium to relax blood vessels and muscles, while the walnuts offer melatonin and healthy fats to support sleep and hormone repair. Together, they nourish your system in exactly the right way for this practice to work even better. Some men also find that gently tapping their fingertips on a wooden surface before starting awakens their sense of touch and increases nerve responsiveness. And if you really want to extend the effect, sleep on a pair of thin cotton gloves before bed. They keep the warmth in and help the energy from your hands linger through the night. These are small actions, but when done together, they create the perfect space for recovery. And once you get started, the next question always follows: how soon will I see results? What should I expect? Let's walk through the real changes week by week. 6. Your 3-week transformation timeline. One of the first questions my patients ask is, how soon will I notice a difference? And I totally get that. When you've spent years feeling flat, disconnected, or frustrated with your body, the hope for change can feel fragile. But let me tell you this from experience, your body is always listening. Even after years of silence, it's just waiting for the right signal to come back to life. This method doesn't flip a switch overnight. It's not a pill. It doesn't force your body. It invites it. That's why the results unfold gradually, but meaningfully. In the first week, most men start noticing better sleep. It sneaks up on you quietly. You fall asleep faster, you wake up less, and when the sun rises, you don't feel quite as drained. For some, there's even an early return of morning firmness, not every day, but enough to feel like something is happening beneath the surface. By week 2, things start to feel more natural. Morning erections show up more consistently. You might catch yourself feeling more focused, more energized, even a bit more interested in intimacy again. And that's no accident. The nerves and vessels are waking up, the hormonal rhythm is shifting. It's as if your body is remembering who it was before stress, aging, and disconnection crept in. By the 3rd week, something deeper sets in: confidence. Not the loud, showy kind, but the quiet, grounded sense that your body is working with you again. Many men report waking up hard, clear-headed, and ready to tackle the day. It's not just about sex, it's about identity, strength, feeling like yourself again. And just when results start coming in, there's one trap that catches many men off guard, a mistake that can quietly erase your progress without you even realizing it. Let's talk about what it is and how you can avoid it starting tonight. 7. Common mistake that cancels your progress. There's something I need to tell you, not to discourage you, but to protect the progress you've worked so hard to build. I've seen men gain real momentum in the first 2 or 3 weeks only to lose it because of one simple but damaging mistake. And that mistake is thinking they need to force results by pressing harder, rushing the process, or treating these pressure points like a workout. I understand the temptation. We are used to thinking that more effort equals better results, that if we push harder, something will give. But your body doesn't respond to pressure the way a muscle does. These points on your hands aren't about brute force, they're about communication. And when you press too hard, too fast, or without awareness, you're not sending a message of healing, you're sending a message of stress. The truth is, your nervous system listens best when it's gently invited, not commanded. The 3 points we've been working with respond to calm consistency, not urgency. So, if you're gripping your hand tight, rushing through the motions, or skipping days thinking it won't matter, you're disrupting the very rhythm you're trying to restore. I always tell my patients, it's not the minutes you spend, it's the quality of your presence. One mindful session done slowly and with breath will always outperform a week of rush routines. And if you've been skipping days or being too forceful, don't beat yourself up. This isn't about perfection, it's about returning again and again until your body starts to trust you. And once it does, the change is not only real, it's lasting. Now that you know how to avoid that trap, let's bring it all together with one final message, because this closing truth might just change how you see your age, your body, and your future from this day forward. 8. Final words from Dr. Sharma. After almost 2 decades in the field of holistic well-being, I've come to believe something deeply, something I hope you carry with you long after this video ends. You are not broken, you are not too old, and you have not run out of time. What you're feeling now, whether it's fatigue, frustration, or disconnection, is not the end of your story. It's a call to reconnect with the part of you that's been waiting quietly beneath the noise. Everything we've talked about today, these pressure points, these small habits, these gentle shifts, they're not magic tricks, they're signals. They speak to your nervous system, your circulatory system, and your hormonal rhythm in a language your body still remembers. All it takes is a few minutes each day done with care, with presence, and with the belief that change is still possible. I've watched men in their 70s and 80s regain not just stronger erections or better sleep, but something far more important, a renewed sense of pride, of strength, of self. You deserve that, too. So, if something stirred in you during this journey, if a part of you felt seen or hopeful or even just curious, I invite you to begin tonight. Start slow, stay consistent, and let your body show you what it still knows how to do. Because the truth is, hope was never lost, it was just waiting in your hands all along. And if this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video to let me know it helped, share it with a friend who might need it, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or progress. Every story matters. And if you'd like to support my work so I can keep creating life-changing content for men in their prime, consider making a small donation using the link below. Your support means more than you know. 10 pressure points.